Congratulations on the film, you guys.
Thanks. Thank you.
Can you tell us how did you guys get interested, involved in making the movie?
The same way it always happens in this town.
Script.
Your agent calls you and says they've made an offer. Are you interested? And you read it, and I like the story, and I'm very fond of Terry's work. And I didn't know anything about the casting then, but I thought, yeah, sure, it was a great part.
Well, it's a great part. What about you?
Almost the same thing. I was offered a role, and when my agent told me about this story, the core of the idea, I said, oh, I'm familiar with this. My Armenian friends back in Iran when we were children, they told me about this. Not to this extent, of course. And when I read it, I fell in love with it, and I thought, it's a must. I don't even have to think about it twice. It's a must.
You know, you're right. I mean, I am probably, one of the few, maybe, who don't know the whole Armenian genocide. I mean, this movie made me research that. Last night, when I got back to my room, I was like, I was voracious about it, because it was very intriguing to me, because it happens, it seems like, all the time. I mean, every 100 years or so.
Well, we hope that's the effect it has on an audience.
Right.
They enjoy the movie, but when they go home, they say, what is this about the Armenian genocide?
It's massive.
Yeah, massive, yes.
Yeah.
Of course it is, 1.5 million people.
Right. Let's talk quickly about your characters. So, with you, Miss Shohreh, Marta, the
Marta.
mom, who had like a little, catalyst of the story in the middle.
That's right. Yes, Marta. Marta is the mother that everyone wants to have. Mikhail.
Yeah.
And I love their relationship, the mother and son relationship. And she is a true mother. She does everything to save her family and her son and her husband. And I love her character. And I'm very familiar with this character, because mostly, Iranian mothers back in Iran and Armenians, my friends, mothers, they were all the same. All I had to do was not channelize, but just envision Hasmik's mother, my friend's mother back in Iran, how she, every time I went to their home, she fed me. She was like, you have to eat this. And I just had breakfast. No, you have to eat this. A true mother.
Right. And you, Mr. James, I love your character, Ambassador Morgenthau. Without him, we won't know anything, well, besides the Christian Bale character, but I mean,
Very little.
Yeah.
Christian's character is, of course, fictional. Morgenthau's is not. Morgenthau wrote a book, which is where most of this came from. And documented, along with other embassy officials, consular officials, what actually happened. I think what's interesting about him, he's a Jew who empathizes with the Armenian people because Jews have been suffering from the pogroms in Russia and Poland for a long time, hundreds of years.
Right.
And he empathized with that and saw no distinction between the pain of the Armenian people as Christians and the pain the Jewish people experienced under the pogroms, and was dogged in his effort to confront the authorities, do something about it, and save as many people as he could.
Yeah, well, good for him. I mean, can we just stop hating and killing? And, you know what I mean? Can we just
we
know
can.
exactly what you mean, yeah.
But can they?
Right.
Can the people in Washington stop doing it?
Exactly.
That's the question.
Right. Anyway, that's our promise. We're gonna make the world a better place.
A better
World
place,
promise.
much better place.
Right?
Absolutely.
With the help of one another
That's
and
a
with
nice
love.
song. Help to make the world a better place. That's a good song.